Episode 10! Well, if you consider part 9 to be a real episode. This series died after episode 6, honestly. So for the last almost 2 whole months, I've been doing nothing but constructing this base non-stop. And the best part, I didn't record any of it. Not even a second. But hey, it's done. What can I say? Look at it. I mean, hey, let's just take a little base tour. Why not? Alright, let me just take on the elephant in the room. The water. Oh my god, the water made me want to quit. This was pretty much the thing I started with, draining out all of the water surrounding this monument. Back in episode 6, I spent all of Valentine's Day completely hollowing out the inside of this monument. The inside is cool and all, but then there's the outside. In episode 8, I partitioned a 100 by 100 by about 30 block high cylinder centered around the monument to start draining water. Okay, that's random. Well, I did stuff at this desert. I needed lots of sand, okay? Yeah. So I needed all of that sand for the giant glass walls around here. Then the draining began. Oh my god. I never want to do this again. The amount of sand that I used to drain this area. In my statistics screen, sand is one of my most mined blocks ever, second only to stone. Of course, there's no actual footage of me draining this area, but there are a couple progress update screenshots, and as you can see, it was a lot of water. Almost 200,000 blocks of water total. On April 1st, shortly after finishing episode 9, only then did I finally finish draining all the water around this monument. Oh my god, it felt so nice. I completely leveled the entire area to Y level 31, and I replaced all the stone down here with grass, and put little sea lanterns around here to completely light the area up, and oh my, it's satisfying to look at. After I'd finished draining all the water, my motivation to build spiked drastically. This interior took a little while. I started this interior project in the middle of draining all the water because I was getting bored of draining water. I started by clearing out, leveling, and draining out the area underneath this monument, and I turned it into a nice little room, and I completely removed the original floor of the ocean monument, and then I decorated up the walls, the ceiling, and there's this guardian farm right here. It's not super efficient because it's custom built and I'm not that good at farm designing, but it's essential. You can't have an ocean monument base without a guardian farm. And yeah, I did that. Whee bop. Ouch. Started digging this hole in episode 8, and only now did I finally finish digging it down all the way to bedrock. All in all, this is a little over 40,000 blocks total, most of them being deep slate. Oh boy, that took a little bit, but it's worth it. Almost this entire monument was completely custom built by me. It's almost like the ship of Theseus. Almost none of this monument is originally generated blocks. Almost the entire thing was placed by me. Oh, and also I can't forget, there's my sub count. 311, baby. Want to get to 400 soon, please. Anyway, that's pretty much the ocean monument. This baby took 2 months to make, but it was definitely a worthwhile 2 months. Oh, and there's also that thing. You know, I realized that it wasn't really sustainable to have every single item that I own in a tiny little shed by the ocean. So I took initiative. I built a giant chest in the ocean and put all of my items inside of this beautiful storage system. And now finally I have a singular home for all of my possessions. It feels good, doesn't it? That's right. I've finally moved out of that little house by the ocean. One more thing. Remember that little villager lad from season 1? Oh, he's back. And he's underwater, made of a lot of oak planks, just like last time. Of course, I've made the interior a little bit more complicated. There's a zombie villager head right here. I decided to make a more sophisticated villager breeder area. You know, the typical villager little extraction area. And a fairly new addition is this zombie villager infector. It's very messy, but it gets the job done. And it's pretty tiny. Fits right in that little villager. These are all villagers that I cured from zombies and brought over to this little ocean base. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole Megabase. Oh, and there's one thing I must do. Today is the day that my channel turns 4 years old. So I think it's only right that I celebrate it. There it is. You know, after all that base building, I think I need a little break. So I'm off to a special little place. You'll see in a second. And here we are. Does this place look familiar to you? I've flown almost 50 kilometers for this moment. Is that it? Is my suffering almost over? Yes! Yeah. There it is. That's right. This here was the last biome I needed for adventuring time. You know, building my ocean monument base has been cool and all, but I'm getting bored of it. Honestly, causing a little bit of burnout from working on the monument all day for 2 months. So I'm thinking, let's start a new life. I just need some change of pace in my life after that monument, so let's do it. Whoa, that looks funky. This feels so nice to be back in this state. Where should I live? I definitely want to live close to these mountains because, you know, they hold some kind of value. You know, this will work. Come on. Let me sleep. Thank you. There's my second wooden pickaxe ever. Oh yeah, no Stone Age, because I have every advancement in the game already. You know, I'm thinking I'm gonna live here till May 1st. And that's a good amount of time. I'll call it an episode right there. I'll continue this new world later.